things you never knew you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountains? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or coppered skin, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountains. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Good evening and welcome. I'd like to begin with a land acknowledgement. I am honored to be living, working, and playing on lands that have been stewarded for millennia by the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. Welcome. I am so delighted and excited to be here with you tonight, sharing this Science Mind teaching and being in a place of awakening and expanding our consciousness so that we might live lives that are bright and full and remarkable. And I had a quote that I really liked from Jean Houston. She said, "These are the times and we are the people." It is time for us to really step up and step out and be all that we were created to be. Creative, beautiful beings filled with love and light and joy, and all of us creating something remarkable in the world as a result. So I'm really grateful to be here, grateful to be back and doing what it is that I love to do. At this time, let us begin in consciousness. I invite you to relax, put down whatever's in your hands, quiet your mind, close your eyes if you're comfortable, and let us go into a time of meditation.
In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light, now you find that you know peace
And taking a deep breath in, quieting the mind and opening the heart, expanding into this divine idea, the presence and power of the One, the first cause of all things, God, the Creator. As I relax in this moment, I open my mind and heart and I allow the energy, the vibration of love to fully permeate every cell. Expanding consciousness, opening minds and hearts, and allowing love to be the guiding light and force for everything. This is a moment in time, a very precious moment. A moment when I allow myself to simply be present. To know that God is right here where I am, being me. It is the life, the breath, everything. And so I relax fully and completely as I awaken my mind and open my heart and allow love to flow unencumbered, touching life everywhere, awakening, expanding, deepening. And I am conscious of my actions, my words, my thoughts. For I know that all thought is creative. The words that I speak, the words that I think, all go into the universal one and bring forth a manifestation that is, well, whatever the intended idea was to begin with. So knowing that my thoughts have power and knowing that this moment is a gift and a blessing, I move forward with excitement and delight. I am fully present, fully available to Spirit to live and move and laugh and sing and bring the glory of this divine moment into my conscious awareness, that I might praise it, that I might be grateful for it, that I might look around and see the beauty that is everywhere present. I acknowledge that this life, although filled with numerous opportunities to gripe and complain, I know none of that takes me where I want to go. I open my mind and heart and I choose to love, to laugh, to play, to be present, to celebrate and rejoice in this thing called life and living. This journey that I'm on has no destination. It is merely a moment in time, a blip in the universe, as I allow the present to be the gift that I receive and that I share. So today I relax, I surrender, I accept and allow the beauty, the presence of God to be all and all. To trust that this journey, this process is full, that I am rewarded at all times with all things in all ways as I allow God to be the guiding force for all that I think, say, and do. I trust, I surrender, and I have absolute faith that good is right here where I am. So I take a moment, I pause just a moment, to allow these ideas to just permeate into the essence of my being. The silence speaks to me. The silence reveals to me the answers to my questions and the direction for my path, my next step, all that is needed and required, all of it present as I relax and allow. And so my heart is filled with gratitude, gratitude for this glorious day, gratitude for this moment in time when I begin again. I am so very grateful. Grateful for this journey, grateful for all that has brought me to this moment, and I'm grateful for every person gathered here today. For I know that love is in the room. Light is filling every heart and mind, and that the world that I live in is a world of love, peace, and possibility. All people honored and respected. Everyone accepted as they are, where they are, And with that in mind, I feel fulfilled and satisfied. God is good now, always, and forever. And I accept that goodness as the goodness within me. And I honor it. And I move forward today with true delight, true joy, creative expression, love, and gratitude, knowing that all is well in my world, in my life, and in the world I live in. So with a grateful and humble heart, I release all of these ideas into the law of mind where I know it is done, immediately acted upon. I let it be so. And so it is.
In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light, now you find that you know peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there, peace is there, truth is there, God is there.
I just want to say a great big thank you to our performers. I am so grateful to Deidre Francois and her wonderful husband who have allowed me to work in their studio. So great big thank you. Also to T. Jazz Lewis, Genevieve Trudel, and Natalia Collette for providing such beautiful, beautiful music. The four of you are fascinating and wonderful, and I am just so grateful to all of you. So I wanted to share with you a quote that's in the foreword of the textbook, The Science of Mind. Jean Houston wrote, "The science of mind takes seriously the dictum of being recreated through the renewing of our minds. The science of mind gives us the passion for a new possibility, along with precise and clear directions for building a new matrix of mind and manifestation. Through mind, we create a new reality." And for this, I am so grateful. I know that the power of the mind is beyond description, and we are learning that now. And now, One Power with Deidre Francois.
One power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Maula, angels' wings or heaven's door, but whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love So many languages have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in our hearts we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Oh, call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Paola, angels' wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. Oh, one power, one power, one power. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations and the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It is the anger we abandon for a love that's most deep. It's one power. It's one power. What we are is one. One power. Oh, it's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of love in you and me. One power.
Beautiful, beautiful. One power, there's one power in the universe, one power in our lives, one power. So the talk tonight is called Living Everyday Wonder. Now think about it. I saw a great quote today and it was about, go outside. The graphics are amazing. I had a chuckle over that. I thought, there you go, living everyday wonder. When we journey along, there's so much going on in our lives. And right now, we're locked down, locked in, having challenges, however they look. And we get to choose what we think about that. And that's the science of mind, right? The science of mind is, what are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? What do you believe about life? Because whatever that is, you will be drawing to you anything and everything that matches that energy. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes says, there's a power for good in the universe and you can use it. And I'm here to tell you, you are using it, whether you're using it for good or, something else, that's it's up to you. But the truth is, you're using it. And this power is exact. Whatever it is I think, say, and do is going to come back to me multiplied. And so I want to pay attention and I want to live in a place of gratitude. And I know right now that can be That could be a stretch, right? You know, we're worried about what we can shop for or what we can't. I mean, I tried to buy a desk at IKEA. Well, a tabletop for my desk. I couldn't get legs. I could get the tabletop, but no legs. Doesn't work so well, does it? But what we want to do is remember that regardless of how the world looks right now, we are at choice. We're at choice about how we think about it and where we focus our attention. We're living in unprecedented times. You know, we're not able to hug and kiss each other like we're accustomed to. We're not supposed to get within 6 feet of each other. We're trying to keep our distance, our social distance, so we can stay healthy. But that fear is the very thing that could be killing us. We want to pay attention to that and not live from fear, but allow ourselves to live from the idea of love and possibility. And when we're looking at the wonder of the universe, I mean, even getting this event together has been probably the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm in awe of it, actually. Things came together. Everything needed to bring this about happened exactly in the moment it was needed. Like, I didn't have a studio until, well, yesterday. But yeah, you know, when I needed it came, right? Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Tedri. So this journey that we're on, if we will take the time to reflect and do our spiritual practice, and that practice includes, you know, taking time in the silence, taking time outdoors. I hear the graphics are great. Taking time outdoors, being interesting and exciting, and even if we can't be with people, to have a conversation, to explore who people are, find out about them. We can do that over Zoom, we can do it over FaceTime, we can do it, you know, talking on the phone, or we can go sit in a park with our masks on and just share our stories. We had a wonderful experience with a Unity Canada retreat that I was on, and we did a thing called a human library. It was so incredible. We sat and listened to the stories of the people that we've been working beside, and we had no idea of how magnificent their life journey had been, or how challenging, or how beautiful, or how rewarding. And it was such a fabulous experience. We can do that. Even with social distancing and masks, we can still speak to each other. We can still have a conversation and say, hey, you know, pick up the phone and say, hey, how you doing? What's the wonderful thing that's happened for you today? I just started keeping a journal. A friend of mine bought me a beautiful journal for my birthday, and I couldn't figure out what to do with it. And then one of the members of Verity said to me, I'm keeping a list of my wins. Wow. I thought I could do that. Writing down the wins, like looking at life in wonderment and awe, going, it is incredible. The people that come together when we need them most, the journey that we're on when we allow ourselves to kind of wake up, taking time to listen and to be present with the people around us, but also with our own self. See, one of the things we tend to do is if we're watching the news all the time, we might be thinking the world is coming to an end. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are creative. Thoughts are powerful. What is it you're thinking about right now? And do you want to live what it is you're thinking about right now? So it's important, I think, that we shut the news off, maybe watch it once a week. I've found that by not watching the news, I still know what's going on. There's so many wonderful, helpful people who go, oh, hey, Rev B, guess what? And I get that information. But we're living in interesting times, and it's time for us to fully connect with one another, to really learn how to love each other, even in these interesting times. And by loving each other, what I mean by that is acceptance of each individual, where we are, as we are, how we are, right? Can you imagine if all the world was exactly like me or exactly like you? How boring. I love the diversity and the creativity and the divine interest that comes from all the different people in the world, and the beautiful way they express. I don't always agree with everybody. Hey, I don't always agree with my own family. How am I supposed to agree with strangers? But it's okay. We don't have to agree. We don't have to accept that every person is living their life the way we want them to. We need to love each other where we are, as we are. And if we could do more of that, the world would be a much healthier, happier place. So I want to talk to you tonight about the idea of gratitude and how that will allow us to experience more wonder and awe in our life and in our experience. Being grateful, regardless of what the day looks like. And I know that sometimes that's easier said than done, because maybe we have a pain in our back, or we've just got into a car accident, or we've cut our finger. Oh, right. These are all the things I went through last week. Or was it the week before? The thing is, we can look at all that stuff and go, okay, what is the gift? What is the blessing in that? What is it that I'm getting from this that I wouldn't have had otherwise? And it's fascinating. When I cut my finger and had to go to the ER for stitches, it was like sitting in this space and being with a group of people that I don't know, but having a conversation and learning about somebody new. And that was wonderful. That was beautiful. And even with the doctor, when she was stitching me up, and I said, the worst part of this, I have to go and tell my husband and daughter they were right. See, I didn't think I needed stitches, but my family made me go. So she had a laugh about that. Sometimes we'd rather be right than happy. I think we should switch that around. Let's choose to be happy. Let's choose to focus on what it is that we really like in life. Let us choose to be grateful for the beautiful things around us, the people in our lives that sometimes annoy us to no end are the very people who lift us, open our hearts and minds, and allow us to be who we are. What a gift that is. What a blessed gift. I am so fortunate to have the most wonderful husband in the world. Yes, Pierre, I'm speaking about you. Usually I give his, habits away, but I am blessed. I am blessed to have a man in my life who will honor wherever I am, my good days and my bad days. This is what we need to do for each other. We need to find a way to just accept each other where we are, to be okay with our differences and with our similarities. Begin to accept and know that this journey that we're on is truly miraculous. I mean, think about your body for a moment. Wow, we should be in awe every second of every hour of every day, just imagining this physical body and what it does. The heart pumps. I don't make it do that, but it does it. My breathing is automatic. My blood flow. The cells are renewing and regenerating constantly. Wow, that is awe-inspiring. The world that I live in is transforming constantly and changing continuously, and I don't even have to do anything to make all that happen. There is an intelligence back of the universe, and it is operating all the time. This intelligence is infinite and eternal. It's everywhere present. It's exciting and delightful. And we can call it by many names. We can never fully understand it. And I know some people don't like the word God. Well, God, spirit, universe, first cause, life, love, all of it are words that can't even begin to describe the infinite, eternal presence, that first cause of all things that is at the back of the universe, that intelligence that's forever creating. In the science of mind, we teach that there is the conscious mind and the subjective mind, but the two are one. They work together. But in the subjective mind, that's where all the action takes place, right? That's the how stuff. That's where God is doing its work in the background. That's where the universe is saying, giving us a push or saying, hey, here, how about this? There's a journey that's going on constantly and continuously that if we will allow ourselves, we can begin to discover new ways of being, new possibilities for life and living. We can begin to honor who we are, because keep in mind, everybody else is taken, so you may as well love you. Love you so much that everyone around you just begins to fall in love with you too. You see, we can't receive what we haven't got, what we aren't. We can't give what we haven't got. So in order to receive love, we must be it. In order to live in a peaceful world, we must choose to be peaceful. Even when somebody cuts you off on the 401, we have to be peaceful. Peace is a way of life. Joy is something that's natural, and it is within each and every one of us if we would just allow it life, give it a moment to express and to be. We can do that. The wonderment of life is truly remarkable, and I am so grateful for the beauty of it. I think of, when my children were born, and that moment, all the pain of delivery and pregnancy and whatever, and then all of a sudden there's this little being. And it's like all of the discomfort disappears. And in a moment, there is this life that has brought immense meaning that will never be forgotten. Something that really calls to us and speaks to us. It's like moving to a new city or creating a new business or falling in love. Falling in love, that's kind of a weird saying, isn't it? I think we're lifted in love. Like love is the creative force of the universe. So whenever I think of love, I think of being lifted, uplifted, expanded and joyful. That's something truly remarkable happens as a result of this loving energy. So I'm here to tell you that God is right here where you are. Not just where you are, it's being you. Each one of us lives and moves and has our being in this universal oneness. There is no separation. We might be living in a world right now that feels separate and alone, but that is not the truth. The truth is we are fully connected now, always and forever. That the life that I'm living, the life that you're living, really is one life. And it's important that we come to a place of understanding and acceptance that whatever I'm thinking, doing, being is impacting all of it. All of it. So when I'm thinking negative, miserable thoughts, that energy is going out into the universe and dragging down the collective. And when I'm thinking excited, delighted, uplifted ideas, well, that's going out into the universe and lifting the collective. Why does the world look the way it does right now? Consciousness creates. Consciousness creates. I mean, think about it. Think about how many times over the last many years people have been saying, oh, I can't wait till I can retire. Oh, what I wouldn't give for another day off. Why do I have to work so many hours? Okay, COVID shows up, lockdown, everybody gets many days off. And then what do? Well, we complain about that too, because that impacts us in other ways. I'm here to suggest that instead of complaining and arguing and finding fault with criticizing ourselves and others, that instead we look for all of the good. Look for the good. That's how we live everyday wonder, is we look for the good. What is the good? Where is the good? Because I guarantee you it's in every single experience. Regardless of what it looks like, in the end, this too is good, because this too is God. Or, call it Fred, universe, first cause, whatever you want to name it, it's fine by me. I'm okay with that. The science of mind lays out the blueprint for the remaking of the mind and the reenactment of the world. Wow. So by studying this teaching, the science of mind, what we're studying is how the mind operates, how it creates. And when we come to understand it and really work with it, we can actually create our lives in a really harmonious and beautiful way. It just takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of joy, a whole lot of love, patience, understanding, all sorts of good things, right? I invite you to ramp up your spiritual practice. If you've been letting it, lie a little bit. Taking time every day in meditation. In the silence. In the silence, there's something beautiful there. The silence lifts us and speaks to us and gives us information. It answers our questions. There's something in the silence that reveals all manner of good to us in the moment that we quiet that excited part of the mind that forever wants to run around like a, I don't know, a little, what are those little animals that run around on the treadmill? It's like they're constantly moving, not getting anywhere. And that kind of is what some of us do sometimes, isn't it? Is we're so busy doing, we've forgotten how to be. And taking time in the silence creates that being space. And prayer, taking time doing prayer, what we call here a spiritual mind treatment. We're treating the mind to know a greater truth. We're treating the mind to be all that it was meant to be, to move into a joyful, joyous experience of living by allowing words to become the powerful force for good rather than negativity. So we want to take all that negative thinking, oh, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too gray, I'm too wrinkled, I'm stop it. Wake up in the morning and go, I'm a champion. I am divine and dynamic. I'm creative and beautiful and fabulous. I am the living presence of a divine idea, and I celebrate that every day. I invite you to do that. Be loud, be proud. Stand in who you are. Don't try to be somebody else because that person's already taken. Be you. You were created perfect, whole, and complete. You are essential to the unfolding of the universe at this point in time. What you do, who you are, that little something you bring, only you can bring it. And you must. That's how we heal our world. You see, our world isn't broken. We as individuals have forgotten who we are. It's time to remind yourself of the divine presence of that eternal one, that idea that I am enough. Whether people like me or not is irrelevant. I am enough because I'm created in the image and likeness of the Creator. Perfect, whole, and complete. So, hey, take me as I am. Don't make me into something else or wish I was something else, and I sure shouldn't think I should be something else. I am who I am, who I am. I am, I am, I am. That could be a song. I am. Oh, forget that. Okay. Jean Houston said, these are the times, we are the people, and this is the teaching. I invite you to think about that. We are living in very interesting times, and what if you are the answer? What if you're the one? What if you're the way that everything gets transformed and healed? What if you, being your beautiful, glorious self, are the healing balm that this universe requires? I'm here to say you are. The universe is using you to create harmony, love, joy, peace, and well-being. Go with it. Allow yourself to just surrender into it. To show up every day and go, whoa, I got out of bed, my feet are on the ground, woo! I'm so grateful. I have food in my fridge, I have a roof over my head. Grateful, grateful. And if there's anything that needs forgiving, do it now, do it quick, do it often. Forgive, whatever it isn't worth hanging on to. If I'm hanging on to the past, what I'm doing is eliminating the present. That's not the plan. The plan is to live in wonder, to live in awe, to live in excitement, to live in delight and joy, and to know that everything is working out perfectly, even when it appears otherwise. I am so grateful that you joined me this evening, and I am hopeful that you will join me again next week, that you might consider the classes and just creating a life that truly honors the glorious being that you are. I love you. God bless you. Namaste.
much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do.
Command my hands, what must they do? Command my heart, it's all for you. God is the source and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must
Use me, God, use me. Command my hands. That's the message. The message is to be fully present to Spirit, to be fully awakened to that divine essence within us, and to live from that. And as we do that, the world becomes a better place. We begin to accept each other regardless of skin color or religion or place of residence or where we're born, language we speak, food we like to eat, or the way that we dress. None of it's our business. What our business is to fully embrace each other, to love each other, and to really get to know who we really are as this divine essence. I am so, so grateful that you're all here tonight. And I just want to quickly say, if you'd like to make a donation to CSL on the Lake, you can do that by sending an e-transfer to RevB at CSL on the Lake. And we'll be, I think we're up on PayPal now, and we'll be setting up Canada Helps down the road a little bit. And I'm just so grateful. So any gifts and blessings we receive with love and gratitude. And at this time, I'd like to just take a moment to thank the remarkable people who have made today possible. beginning with Ricky, who is doing all of the background stuff, keeping everything flowing and moving. Ricky, you are a godsend. I love you, I appreciate you, and I am so grateful for you. Dedri, oh my goodness, thank you, my dear. You have stepped up in such a way, and I am just in awe. T-Jazz, oh, I missed you before. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're playing bass and keeping us moving forward. And of course, Genevieve, my beloved little girl, not so little anymore. Thank you, your music's beautiful. Natalia, your piano playing is a blessing, and it was Dedri who was playing underneath the meditation, so I'm really, really grateful to everyone. And I'm grateful to all of the people who have made this possible, like Nancy and Joan and Cheryl, who are on the board and help to do all the little legal pieces that had to be done to get us up and ready. So many people, so much work, so much love, and I am just incredibly, incredibly grateful to all of you. Well, let us close with treatment as we release this glorious time together. Please join with me in consciousness. I accept and know that there is one presence in the universe, one infinite cause of all things. I call it God or Spirit, universe, first cause. Regardless of the name, what I know is that it is the life and the breath. It is all that exists. It is a journey. It is an expression. It's the breath that I breathe and the words that I speak and the thoughts that I think. It's all there. And I know that tonight's blessing, tonight's celebration is truly a gift. And I know that each and every day it grows and expands. So I'm grateful for this day, grateful for each person here, grateful for this journey that's so fulfilling. Grateful for an opportunity to be with each and every one of you. God bless you and keep you. And so it is. Amen. And now our closing song, Face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
I hold you in my
I hold you
heart.
in my heart.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of
You are the
God.
face of God.
I hold you in my
I
heart.
hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me.
You are the face of God. And at this point, the service